Now for our plan. Kagetora and I will both rush down Sagami to defeat the Kamakura Kubo's forces first. Vengeance will be ours! In the meantime, I have arranged for a complete overhaul and rebalancing of our debt, starting with pulling some old currency out of circulation, and following it up with a sale of land directly controlled by my estate. Using this money, we will pay off our old loans to the Merchants Guild, after which we will be taking out new, larger loans from the merchants. Using these new, larger 1% loans, we pay off as many of the previous 4% loans as we can. Hopefully this will be enough to finally bring the realm's finances into the black. After our victory at Sagami, I have stayed behind with the Free Company to occupy the province. At the same time, Kagetora marches south to take Yamato. Hopefully catch the Shogun's primary army before it wreaks too much havoc in the south. On the naval front, our fleet is being ordered to the north to halt the Ainu advance. They have already begun taking Oshima, but the blockade should be enough to keep them from crossing the strait to Nippon at the very least. My strategy requires the separation of my two foes. If they would properly join forces, it would be catastrophic. With the capture of Sagami, my mercenaries have settled down for a siege of Kyoto. While that was happening, word reached me of Kagetora's successful capture of Yamato. His letter also said he would be chasing down the Ashikaga army and pursuing them all the way to Kyushu. Since then, my scouts have discovered a peasant rebellion in Yamato. We'll have to put it down after we finish our siege. I'm also starting to feel slightly under the weather. So be it. I can rest when this is done. I can't let the men know, though, lest morale lowers further. Word from Kagetora has come in, telling us that he has nearly caught the Ashikaga troops in Suo. In less fortunate news, an illness is sweeping through the camp. This is most likely what I've previously been feeling. Luckily, it appears to have light enough symptoms that we can continue the siege. The daimyo died before his greatest achievement could be finished. The realm mourns him as a merciful leader who both kindly and pragmatically brought other clans into our governance process, so as to spare them and use their specialties to aid our regime. His heir, Tomomune, has taken the throne with the same intentions as his father to not only dispose of the shogun, but to replace the emperor whose incompetence allowed such lawlessness to prevail. His eye for detail will hopefully lead him to finish his father's reforms with thoroughness and precision. Just taking the mantle of daimyo, I must leave mourning for later and take stock of our situation. Kagetora has sent word of his victory at Bungo. Along with this word has reached the court of the Free Company's victory over the peasants' revolt, as well as how close the walls of Kyoto are to falling. It appears that the peasants are moving to the cities from the countryside. With our Neo-Confucian ideals, this is exactly what my forebears wanted. Free movement of people across the realm. It is a beauty to behold. Along with all these events, it appears that the Ming dynasty has taken small bites out of the steppe, as the Manchu tribes continue to bicker and squabble with a couple of tribes completely subjugated by others. With the capture of Kyoto, our armies will march north. After reviewing my father's plans, I see no particular flaws in them. Operation Divide and Conquer appears to be successful. Ainu, prepare your armies, for you will need every last man for even a chance at repelling our advance. Finally, my forces have reached Hokkaido after a month of travel. Kagetora has informed me that his forces have retaken Oshima, and have settled down for a siege of the primary Ainu stronghold. Mr. Okamoto has insisted to train me as a general, insisting that my father would never have supported his heir not serving on the battlefield. Luckily, I was already one of Kagetora's students from a young age. Okamoto told me after a month of going through his grueling training that I'd best be getting to the front to lead the Free Company, lest they perish without leadership. Oddly, the nicest thing he has ever said to me. Arriving at the front, I've discussed some ideas with Kagetora to short-circuit the siege. Attacking at night, attacking from the sea at the same time, sending lone soldiers to shoot the enemy barracks with a fire arrow, to cause chaos. Within days of my new strategies being implemented, the siege has been going very smoothly. We have come a long way in only a couple of months. We could capture the walls any day now. The Bushi and Kanushi estates have recently taken to accusing one another of land theft in multiple regions. While I suspect there is foul play going on from both sides, I need the Bushi's support to end this war. Though due to this, I might have to begin developing my lands in Musashi to make sure they absolutely do not pass up the crown in power. It will be for the best though. I have heard rumors of a Western institutional change called Renaissance, meaning rebirth. After the war, I should definitely put time into this while the realm rests. I've been told by Kagetora that they have been besieging this fortress for a year and a half, but finally the walls have fallen. I will be taking the Free Company to capture the northern corner of Hokkaido, ensuring no Ainu armies appear behind us. At the same time, Kagetora will be crossing a strait from Hokkaido coast to the Kurils, once our navy beats back their leftover fleet. Once there, he will lead his troops into what is hopefully the final battle of the war. The war is over! The Ashikaga shoguns weren't evil. So as to limit the damage of the end, we will take them into our government as diplomats, which serves their abilities far better than governing the masses of daimyo. Finally, our lands are united. Along with this, we have taken Hokkaido and the Kuril Islands as lands which will over time replace the native populations with Japanese colonists outpopulating the Ainu. For the time being, we are the shoguns, until my plan ends.